Welcome to today's session on rates and unit rates. Let me take this out of the way, ladies and gentlemen, so you don't have to be bothered by that. Hey, rates and unit rates. Objective today is I will be able to determine the rate and unit rate. I will know I have it when I answer both questions correctly. Now let's find out what a rate is. And when I speak about a rate, it's like a ratio. It's a ratio that compares quantities. That's like different things like gum and how many sticks do you get in a pack that are measured in different units. Like one pack is a unit and 15 sticks of gum is another unit. Unit rate is comparing a quantity to one unit of another quantity. The denominator is usually 1. Now the key words that you might see in a unit rate would be the word per. And I'm not talking about the cat purr. I'm talking about like miles per gallon, miles for 1 gallon, points per free throw, points for a free throw, dollars per pizza, minutes per month, texts per minutes, points per game. There are other ones that you can find or that you can think of also. So let's look at two examples. The first example is I can ride my bike 6 miles in 54 minutes. So let's write it as a ratio. 6 miles to 54 minutes. Forgive my handwriting. My finger doesn't always do the right job there, does it? Huh? Let's try it again. Let's figure this back out. Here we go. Minutes. Abbreviated. Okay, now the number one thing I want to tell you is this, that whenever you find a unit rate, right now this is a rate. This is a rate, okay? Like 6 miles, 54 minutes, that's a rate. But a unit rate means how many minutes does it take me to ride 1 mile? So what I think would be helpful is to remember that for right now, if you just take the smallest of the two numbers and divide, it's like simplifying a fraction, only we call this a ratio because we're comparing miles and minutes. So 6 divided by 6 is 1, and 54 divided by 6 is 9. Now I'm going to run over into this other piece on pizzas, and I'll erase it when I'm done. But really what we have now is a unit rate, because 1 unit means 1. And so we have a unit rate. This means I can go 1 mile per 9 minutes. That's the way I would say it. Or you can say it another way. In 9 minutes, I can ride 1 mile. But it's a unit rate. It's speaking about how far I can go in 9 minutes. I can go 1 mile, 9 minutes. Now, I hope that makes sense. I don't want to become too wordy or I might confuse you. Let me erase this bottom part and let's move on. Okay, so the next one. 8 pizzas for $6 or $56. So I'm going to write it as a ratio, 8 to 56. Now that ratio is also the rate. And in order to find out how much it is for 1 pizza, I need to divide both the 8 and the $56 by 8. So 8 divided by 8 is 1 pizza, and $56 divided by 8 is $7. So this is the unit rate. 1 pizza for $7. I'm going to write that out sorry about that, kids. Let me write that again. There we go. $7. So I would write it 1 pizza per 7, and then I'd write out the word dollars. Okay? I was running out of room. I apologize for that. But I hope that makes sense. Remember, dividing by the smaller of the two numbers. Divide both numbers by the smaller number. I think that would help you in your understanding. Okay, next one. Example number 3. 55 points in 5 games. Let's write it as a ratio, just as you see it. First number always goes first. So, if we want to know how many points it is for one game, well, again, divide by the smaller number. So I'm going to divide 5 by 5 and 55 by 5, and I'm going to get 11 points per game, or for one game. In other words, for every one game I have or I played in, I'm going to score 11 points. This is a unit rate because I have 1 here. Okay? Remember that the answer that you get must always have a 1 in it to demonstrate unit rate, because remember, unit means 1. Now, that brings me to a thought. If you ever get an answer that looks like this, 1 over 1, don't make it just 1. Leave it as it is, because you're comparing. Like 1 hour to 1 inch of rain. All right? Okay. Let's do one more. There's one more. All right? Next one. 80 texts in 4 days. I'll bet some of you do more than that. So we're going to write it just like we see it. 80 to 4. 80 texts, 4 days. 80 texts. So again, we would divide by the smaller number, which is, in this case, 4. And our answer would be 20 texts in 1 day. Now remember, that's how you show unit rate. You have to have one of your answers, one of your numbers in the answer being a 1. Okay? If you are confused by it, go back, listen to it again. If you still are confused, make sure you ask for help. Okay. Solve these on the back of your notes. Show me when you're done. When you're done with that, you're going to have an exit ticket. And remember, in the exit ticket, you want to show exactly what we were showing before. Make sure you show it as a rate, and then write it as a unit rate. And when you're done with that, you have an assignment. You're only going to do certain problems, and I will tell you which ones those are, or that you'll see them circled on your assignment. When you're done, rate yourself at a 1, 2, 3, or 4. And if you need extra practice, look at R8 and, sorry kids, look at R8 or R9. Hey, have a great afternoon. See you later. Bye.